I would imagine that the thing that keeps Attica going is they have no alternative. This is what they love the most. This is what they feel they have to do. They have one life, collectively. They have to see it through.
Needs batteries and I almost lose the connection. Old man staring at the floor as sirens ring out.
I think they're a lot better. It's a new direction for the boys Attica. They've gotten away from their heavy metal roots, and they seem to be heading in the jazz fusion direction, but in a nice way.
Someone somewhere loses everything and they are floating again. You'll never be the same if love sold you the mystery of it all. Your fear won't drown.
I think the goal was to try and capture how much fun I think we have together, and I think the thing I like about being, you know, in this band is that there's no pretense to it. There's no gimmicks. There's no, you know, we just kind of get together. We're a good bunch of mates and we have fun. And I think that for me, I mean, the goal was to capture some of that, and also to capture something that was a bit different. Something that was, I suppose, to capture how things have evolved a bit, because I think this record, juxtaposed to every sort of, you know, album that Attica's produced since, is something different again, and I think that's what's really exciting about it.
One thing that's happened during my lifetime, which is actually very important in terms of popular music, is that the average age of the loss of virginity has declined by about 5 years. Those 5 years happen to be the prime single buying years of young people. It used to be about 18, now it's about 13. So whereas those teenagers used to be romantic, looking forward to having love affairs, now they're talking about the sex they had last night or they want to have tonight. There's no real romance. It's all bling and good times. A group like Attica seems, in terms of lyrical content, to be 100 years old, because it hasn't gone on that strange trip of change of subject matter. It was Harry Nilsson who was the first artist to say, maybe the era of the love song is over.
I believe that something good will come. I'll wait here till my heart beats again.
Should we do one more?
Yeah. I'll wait here till my heart beats again. 'Cause I believe that something good will come. I'll wait here till my heart beats again.
Yeah? He's a bastard.
Because I wait here till my heart beats again. I believe that something good will come.
That's what you need. You need a cowboy hat.
staring at my feet. They carry me but don't steer the wheel. And there's so much weight hanging in the air, like trying to use wings under the ocean. Oh, I'll wait here till my heart beats again, 'cause I believe that something good will come. I'll wait here till my heart beats again.
The goal when we worked on this new album, I think, was to just be daring for once. For so many years, I think we've played it so safe. I mean, we've always tried our best with anything that we've ever done, any recording, any gig, any project that the band have ever worked on in the 10 years we've been together. I mean, we've never entered something half-assed. We've always tried to give it everything we can. But the goal with this is really musically to push ourselves in terms of, you know, what you can get out of your instrument. It's not a virtuoso thing, but it's sort of what can I do on the guitar that's really interesting, and also sing at the same time. And then, you know, are the two? Is it interesting enough to be part of a song? Is it something that I'm going to be able to do on a nightly basis when we start gigging? You know, I mean, there was a few moments in the studio when we made this record where I sort of wish I'd just written straight chords and just hadn't bothered trying to be. You know, these little inversions, jazz inversions or whatever, but generally speaking, I think it came out quite well.
How weird are Attica? Well, the thing is, this video might be seen by young children, so I'm not sure if I could answer that entirely factually. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say about 23.
And everyone seems okay to be walking around or looking down. Whatever happened to shoulders back and eyes open? Well, we don't want to miss the boat, but when everybody's on, they just don't want to get off. Throw the life jacket into the water, the weak will jump, the strong will stand. And it's the start of something new, they say. It's the start of another beautiful day. And there's nothing I want more than to.
The sound of the guitar is so sweet, isn't it? It sounds like biting into a tangerine and exploding into your mouth, filling the back of your throat with citrus delight.
My goal personally for this record was simply about making good music, making the best music we can make. With previous Attica CDs, it's been less about making good music, more about the idea of being in a band and making a CD and trying to be successful. Whereas, yeah, with this CD, it's just about making the music. Whether we become successful or not, who knows? But as long as we're playing good music, we're happy. So,
anyone can pick up a guitar and just shred and play as many notes as possible. But if we've learned anything this week or recording this EP, less is more. Just play for the song and lock in. Just lock in with each other. I've enjoyed it. I think the outcome's better than, it's the best stuff we've done. Hopefully everyone else thinks the same.
Is that the whole thing? Is that the whole thing?
Attica are mercifully free of auto-tune, quantization, all the horrible things that take all the emotion out of music and just make it sound like dancing robots, which you're not, thank the Lord. Amen.
Attica is a sincere act at a time when people are happy with insincerity.
We've got to wait till Ben gets here. Yeah, we need his deep sax on that. He's got to be fucking... I think he should just do that.
Change not have to use any DI to get half decent sound out of it.
Yeah. Go on.
Just the same as dun-dun. You're going dun-dun, and there's only like me and Adam are going dun-dun, and you're going dun-dun. That's it.
Like that, yeah.
That's it. Correct.
That's why that bit's funny.
Spot on.
To stand out, a band has to stand out. It's a question that answers itself. Therefore, the question really becomes, how does a group stand out? And it stands out by being unique, by being individual, by being itself. When I saw Attica perform, I saw a glimpse of something that could make them unique, which was that for part of the time, the bass player and the guitarist acknowledged each other's existence and played off each other. In fact, if you're going to make it, this is the kind of thing you have to do. You have to be a group. You can't just be four people, each doing your own part, looking straight ahead. You have to play each other. It's one thing for James to be a charismatic vocalist, but if he's there doing that on his own, with three guys who could be pickup musicians, it's not a real group.
But there's nothing there. Keep it space.
Okay. Yeah,
More
he's
space.
sort of pushing really hard ahead of the beat. That's it, and that is the last thing we've recorded for as a quick fire. Now we've just got to mix the bastard. So it's a small job. John, good luck.
In the car on the way to the studio this morning, I was asking James that question because we hadn't sort of talked about it much really, and I thought it's funny because we all live in sort of separate locations. You know, James in Essex, me in London, and the boys in around Rugby, and we're all sort of living very different lives in many ways, James was talking about, for him it was about the journey that we've taken. It's kind of hasn't been, straight from A to B. It sort of hasn't been the quickest journey, but it's been full of twists and turns and a few crashes and dips and dives and, banging heads a bit, all that sort of stuff. And I think that's probably, it's quite fitting really, and I hadn't thought much about it, but the more that I think about it now, it's actually pretty coherent with how we've all sort of come together. We've just collided, but what's been produced has been really, quite fun, and there's a bit of, I don't know, there's a bit of every, of all of us in the songs. And
it's basically the opposite of what's happened to us. As the Crow Flies, obviously a straight line, there to there, quick as you can, no frills. Whereas we've gone the complete opposite. We've gone from one genre to another to another. We've followed trends. We've done this, that, and the other. But now, I think we're at a point where we've always aimed for, and it would have been easier just to go straight for it, but it didn't always happen that way. Now I think we're there and ready to push on.
No, but it's good. I say we've learned a lot on the way, and at the moment where we are now is probably the best place we've been since forming the band. We can only get better from here.
For me personally, the term means, in life, if you took the quickest route to where you were going, it wouldn't necessarily mean it's going to be the best thing for you. And in the band situation, I suddenly thought, that's it. Because if we hadn't have disbanded, like I've mentioned before, if I hadn't moved to London, if I hadn't have done all the growing that I've done as a musician and as a person, and the other guys separately as well, coming back to make this record would have been like frozen in time for 5 or 6 years, and then we just made another rock record. It's like we had to go around the houses. So in actual fact, it's the opposite of As the Crow Flies. As the Crow Flies is really the opposite of the meaning of the album. It's like you have to go the long way around sometimes to get to your point. But when you get to your point eventually, it's because you got lost. It's because you went round the houses. And you picked up all these things, not all good, not always good things, but they help you in ways that you'll never even know. And then you get there and you go, it's almost like the reward.
It's not G sharp minor.
It's your E with a G sharp bass line.
It's an E with a G sharp in it, apparently.